He wrote that for me. Blue Oyster Cult. And where'd you see him, Andy?
Well, one day, yeah.
Where was it?
It was
in Queens.
Yeah, the Astoria Beer Garden.
I used to live in Astoria, and I used to laugh. I'd walk by a dry cleaners, and they had a picture of the lead guitarist of ACD, one of the young boys, Angus, or one of those. That was the picture they had in the in the window of the dry cleaners. He was the only, dry cleaner who knew how to get virgin's blood out of, velvet shorts, apparently. Fuck, I used to laugh every time. Ooh, Larry Storch from F Troop gets his shirts done here. Let me go in. What a random, and it's owned by, either, well, maybe Asian, but I think it was Greeks, Astoria. Probably Greeks in the late 90s, and they have a picture of AC/DC, and they used to crack me up. And then I'd walk another couple blocks, and I'd see about, let's say, 1,500 Peking ducks hanging in the window with their belly slit like a duck holocaust. Just creep me right out. Interesting neighborhood. Great place to live, but most diverse, and I'm not saying that's why it's great. I'm so sick of hearing about diversity and its positives when we all know there's more negatives. Boy, let that sink in. I just heard half of America. What? How the fuck can I do about that? That's right. In a perfect world, my grandparents would have stayed in Italy. Yours would have stayed in Poland and the Ukraine and whatnot. How do you like that for honesty? Why do you say that, Nick? Well, because go look at any prison cafeteria or any high school cafeteria. We all seem to be attracted to our own. Is there something wrong with that? Mayor de Blasio, who can't keep the trains on the track, you communist cocksucker. Hope he doesn't listen. Guy's got bike lane. He wants to make New York City like Beijing. He's hoping everybody's going to ride to work on a blue Schwinn. What a big dope. Can't even keep the goddamn subways on the trail tracks. Unbelievable. Bert Kreischer is going to be in here later on at the top of the second hour, folks. I'll be 7 o'clock Eastern, 4 o'clock California time. But Bert Kreischer, man, I always heard his name. He actually said some nice stuff about me online. And just, I don't know. I have 4 comedy friends. I don't wander outside the studio of my house, and I live in a bubble. So I did a little research, and I was belly laughing watching this guy going, holy shit, how did I not cross tracks with this dude? He's really interesting guy. So he's going to be here and in the second hour. If you miss anything, you can always catch up with my show on demand. And for all my dates, you go to nickdip.com. And for live show updates, follow at Dipaolo Show SXM. I don't understand why people do that, but it's a dangerous situation. It's a dangerous situation. So anyhow, I just there's a girl typing out there, She works here, I guess. So I went up being funny. She was just typing in some numbers, and so you mix people up when they're typing in numbers. You go 6-1. When somebody's trying to memorize a number, I went 432. She looked at me like a girl her age. You look at a guy my age. Like, what the fuck are you even talking to me for? I ought to slap your greasy face, you big whop. And then she did this. She went, oh, I don't feel good. Oh, but I feel bad for kids that age, guys that age. That's what you're dealing with? They've already been... I hit the X. They already been trained to hate you young fellas out there, you millennials. Brendan doesn't even get it because he's so young that he's just been indoctrinated in it. They've been taught that you're the enemy. You just want to, touch them sexually.
Yeah, he's engaged, though.
Brendan's engaged?
He's engaged at 25.
They do that in Kentucky. Now, what's your cousin's name? My name is Jeff. You're engaged at 25? Oh, can I talk to you after the show, Brendan? Go ahead. Speak into that thing. I'm giving you permission.
Yeah, we're actually pretty late to the game in Kentucky. Everybody's been married like 3 years already.
Yeah, do you read the statistics? How's that working out?
Oh, yeah, we are. I mean, late. We've been dating since high school, and we are way late to the game.
Since high school. That's why the statistics are what they are, maybe. I don't know. I don't know how to make a fucking wedding in Kentucky. Yes, I do. You get a couple of hillbillies and a 6-pack of Bush beer. And Bush beer? Why Bush? I have no idea. I told you I have a real hate for Kentucky and / Cincinnati, where my wife, who was my girlfriend at the time, really fucking retaliated in kind. And then explained all the details to me. That got me so excited that the cops had to come to my apartment in Astoria, by the way, to calm me down on a New Year's Eve. That's some real Puerto Rican behavior, isn't it? Anyways, what in hell was I talking about before I went off the deep end? Anybody paying attention? Nobody?
Hey, you were talking to that girl outside.
Yes, that's right. And she just gave me that hateful, and I'm like, oh my God, I'm glad I'm not a guy her age. Trying to work on that. You feminists out there, you bearded, mustachioed, you have Marlboro man jawline, giant forehead, work boot wearing. You really, really tainted the pussy pool for these young fellas. I'll tell you, you really spilt your hate today, and they're ingesting it, and that's why you see a lot of millennial guys jerking each other off at the bowling alley on Friday night. It's not a bad night. When you think about it. Who's making this shit up? I don't know. 866-969-1969 if you've jerked off at a bowling alley. Yeah, so. Well, CNN is just, I don't mean to go on them again, every show we open up, but they can't help it. Like I said, when they're not creating fake news, they're creating real news about themselves, about how fake they are. They cannot help them. They can't get out of their own way. They are tripping over stupidity. Did you see this? CNN interviews Sesame Street's Elmo about wonderful trip to refugee camp. Do you understand how creepy? And let me explain it to you people who haven't picked up on it out there. I think most of you who listen to the show have. This is just so creepy. They're using puppets in Sesame Street. Who watches that shit? Young children. Hey, I call that indoctrination. When you're trying to talk politics and geopolitical horseshit to 5- and 6-year-olds, I'm sorry, but your intent is nothing but crooked. It is the silliest horseshit I have ever seen. It's a new low, even for CNN. Is Jeff Zucker is he still running the joint? Unbelievable. This was so. I'm going to play the clip in a second. But it's creepy on 19 levels. First of all, can you let the kids be kids for a few years? Can they enjoy coloring books and cooties from girls and throwing cat shit at each other in the sandbox? Can you let them be kids for 5 minutes? That's what the 6-year-olds and 8-year-olds want to talk about, right? The Syrian refugee crisis. Let's bring up AIDS too. While we're at it, hey Timmy. Hey, Sally, have you heard about the Zika? Yeah. Apparently, if a pregnant lady gets bit by a fly and it has Zika, it's going to give birth to an M&M head. Let's have Elmo sing a song about it. It is. You guys are creepy. You CNN, fucking, you're creepy. They did it via Facebook Live. That way they could spread their indoctrination. And if you can't see what's happening by now, I feel fucking mad for you. Elmo the puppet was taken to a refugee camp in Jordan. What's the matter? Jeff Dunham and Peanut is going to bring...
I drove by those.
What?
I drove by those.
By what?
Jordan. The refugee camps.
Not Jordan Marsh.
I know.
Oh, you're in Jordan?
When I did the my military tour for the troops, we drove right by those.
Did you?
Didn't see Elmo there.
Okay. Anyways, back to the show. Holy shit, was that horrible? No, I'm kidding. He wants a show, so somebody give him a show,
I
please.
have a show.
You got a show? Oh, that's right. You talk about cooking with Roland.
That's right.
Anyways, back to... Brendan's in there laughing. The puppet was taken to a refugee camp in Jordan. They should have taken it to North Korea. They could have sent it back, puppetless eyes. No, the puppet's brain dead. They took the hand out of its ass. It can't talk anymore. It was part of a pilot program with Sesame Workshop. Sesame Workshop and the International Rescue Committee. That's the IRC. I mean, Jim Henson's dead, right? He's probably rolling around in his grave in Syria right now. Did he really want to turn this into a fucking, whatever, an international, I don't know, human rights group? What's some of the other characters? Big Bird, where's he go next? Are you going to drop him in Tehran? See what's up? Kermit the Frog will be heading to Baghdad. Ernie and Bert are going to be hung from a crane in downtown Tehran because they think they're gay. If you don't laugh at that, folks, you're dead inside. If you don't laugh at that, go turn on your TV and watch the local news lie to you for 5 minutes. Sesame Street's had a long history at looking at issues from a child's perspective. And given the staggering number of children who are displaced today, we knew this was an area where we really had to try to do something to help, and we knew we couldn't get it done alone. So you can't brainwash a whole generation and indoctrinate kids into this one world horseshit unless you have the help of Sesame Street and whatever it airs on public television. Is that the case still?
Yes.
PBS.
No, it's on HBO now. Right,
oh,
Brandon?
That's right. HBO. Who would have guessed HBO jumped into it? Unfrickin' believable. Everything they touch turns to shit. Why do you say that? Well, because I had one special on there. And it was a young comedian special. It was so long ago, it was in black and white, folks. It was me, Dana Carvey, Judd Apatow, Bill Bellamy, Janine Garofalo, and Charlie Chaplin. Tell this guy to get out of my window. Can we shut the curtains? I don't need the distractions. I don't like that guy. I tell you, no kiss. Anyways, here's some Elmo. Might be a little loud, I'm not sure, but here's some Elmo on CNN. This is, by the way, what the kids want to talk about, want to hear. This is what they call indoctrination 101. Bad wire back?
Yeah.
Is this the old wire?
I'll call him.
They didn't put the old wire back. This is like we haven't had a show go off without a hitch. Now I'm starting to get fucking upset and paranoid. What's the deal?
Yeah, it looks like the old wire.
Okay, so what the fuck's going on? I'm seriously, I'm going to lose my shit right now.
Brendan's calling him.
Is this the old wire? They all have duct tape on them, so it's hard to tell. But if that's the case, this is what, the third show now that we hit. I can't test it because we go right into the show at 6:00, and you can't really. Who'd we call? Bill Nye. Oh, I am front right now. I could just take the head off a baby seal. Is that the good one? Andy's pulling one over here. Want to try that one? Sit tight, folks. Let's try that.
Yes.
Let's try this. Okay. That ain't working either. There's 19 wires. I'm coming in here. I'm going to watch the show that's in before us. I'm going to look through the window like a creep. Anyhow, it's only it was very important to what I was talking about. It was only Elmo speaking. Engineer, can I ask you a question? Is that the old wire that you...
No, yeah. Yes, the wire that I replaced last week has been put back into service somehow.
We're sharing, this place's billion-dollar industry is sharing one wire.
I pulled it down. Yeah, I'll come back. I'll look you guys up.
Unbelievable. Now, wait a minute. Now I'm going to get to the bottom of this, goddammit, before I call the cops. If this wire's no good...
Right.
Who's using it before us? Huh? Oh, my God, right now I could just gouge the eyes out of a small child. Preferably when I adopt. What in Christ's creation? Watch this. Ah, fuck it.
We'll get there.
We'll get there. We got somebody, we have a young Asian kid sewing a wire together in the back. He's about 11. You know what you're doing? That happens, don't you? Let's go to Nick in Staten Island, line 1.
Hey, how you doing, Nick?
Good. How you doing, Nick?
Good, hanging in. Love the show. Love your live acts much better, of course. I just
What the fuck does that mean? What does that mean?
I just reserved your July 5th show.
What do you mean you like my live act better? What does that mean?
Yeah, it's great. Your shows are great. I mean, I've seen your Carolines about 10 times.
Yeah, this is different. This is a radio show. I'm not telling jokes. You see the difference, right?
I know, but this is good. It's good. It's really good. It's entertaining. It passes time.
All right, go ahead, Nick. Sorry.
No, but when you're in that small stage, like you're going to be at that thing July 5th again. I was at your last one.
Oh, yes.
I mean that it was like the best show I've seen. I mean, yeah, of all the times I've seen you live. I mean, you just went wild in that thing.
That's what the Staten Island guys like.
I was in the first row, and there was like a 15-year-old girl with her arms full of tattoos.
Yes.
And you went crazy on. And I mean, the mother laughed for the entire show. Just never stopped laughing. It was just a great show.
I think that girl died of Hep C like an hour after the show, I was told. All right, take it easy, Nick. Say hi to everybody in Staten Island.
Yeah, I'll tell you one thing. You know, like sometimes when you just start laughing because you think of something later on.
Yep.
I was at one of your shows. I think it might have been in a snowstorm in the Gramercy Theater.
Yep.
And you said something like you could have been at Louis C.K. invited you to a fight. And you said it would have been better for your career to be seen with him at the fight.
That is.
I thought of that line that when I was home 2 hours later. I thought of that line, and I was just cracking up.
I do remember saying that, and it's true. That's why it's funny.
That was a great line.
All right, Nick.
Nobody caught it.
Thank you, Nick. All right, buddy. You're breaking up. Sorry. Anybody in Staten Island own a phone that's worth more than $11? Raise your hook hand, please. For the love of fuck. Could they make it any harder, this fucking show? The phones you can't hear, the fucking guys are muffled, the wires don't fucking work. Could they make it any more fucking difficult? Jesus Christ. We're in $1 trillion building right now. I'm using a fucking wire that has hockey tape on it. I mean, what the fuck is going on? Is Howard have all the fucking dough? Really? Fucking engineer just nodded. Everybody just nodded all at once. I mean, for Christ's sake, what kind of tape does Howard have on his? Yeah, you want me to try it? If this doesn't work, this iPad's going right through that glass window. Listen for the crash.
I know.
Oh, my sister's ass. Let's see. This is Elmo on CNN for the third time.
Elmo, can I just start by asking you, because I know you went
Thank
to
you, engineer.
a refugee camp in Jordan, right?
All right, I'm going to start it over. All right, here we go. Everybody settled? Jesus Christ, I feel like I'm at Caroline's on a second show Saturday night.
Elmo, can I just start by asking you, because I know you went to visit a refugee camp in Jordan, right?
Yes.
Back in February?
Yes.
What was it like?
It was really wonderful. Oh, Elmo and Miss Sherry went to Jordan together.
We did.
And it was really wonderful because Elmo got to meet a lot of new friends.
A lot of new friends? And did you find that the Syrian little girls and little boys were a lot like your friends here in America?
Yeah, they really were. It was very interesting because they like to play and learn, just like Elmo and all of his friends at Sesame Street.
Except they're missing their fingers and some of them have no feet. Hey, line Elmo up against the wall. Take that, you fuck. Yes, they're just like us. We can't drive that home enough. That we're all human beings. Jim Henson. I don't think this was his intent. Wasn't it originally to teach like the ABCs and shit? And once HBO gets its claws in it, though, huh? Let's talk about Ebola and the effect it has on 12-year-old girls. Tammy, your thoughts? Oh, my God, CNN. You have really... It is hilarious. By the way, lawsuit, $100 million lawsuit against them. They got to pay up for that fake story they put out there about the guy investing, Scaramucci. Keith on Long Island is a big fan of CNN. Keith, welcome to the show.
Yeah, right. Hey, Nick, what's happening?
Oh, God, I'll tell you what's not happening. CNN and the mainstream media. Your thoughts?
I can't stand CNN. They have that on my at my job. They always have it on the break room and stuff like that, and I just keep my back to the TV.
Does anybody keep? Let me ask you. You got your back to the. Is there anybody watching it? Every time it's on at the airport, I don't see anybody watching it.
There are people, believe it or not, yeah.
Yeah?
There are people that do watch.
That's because you work at CNN.
It's supposed to. At my job, because I hate to say it, I work for the federal government. I just don't want to say where, but.
Yep.
And I'm still working. Yeah, I called in before and I told you that.
Yep.
What do you call it? There were a couple times where the couple almost came down to like fisticuffs between the political stuff, and they were going to do a different channel each week, and
right.
for some reason they're just back to playing the CNN stuff. So
yeah.
I just don't pay any attention to it, and I just keep my back to it. But that Elmo clip was very, very disturbing, and
yeah.
we are as a country we're doomed.
Yes,
we are doomed if we're teaching our kids this. I would not. If I had kids, I would not let them watch that.
No. I mean, can you imagine? Can you let them be kids for 5 minutes? Is that what they want to hear about? Refugee? They're just like us, the kids running away from a nerve gas and sarin.
Yeah, they wouldn't even know what that is. If you tell them what it is, you think, how would they react to something like that? They would be mortified. They'd be terrified to go out to even play, with other kids and stuff like that.
Right. And then they go to school and they'll hand them a pamphlet about AIDS and how gay people and straight people, and we're all just one. There's no...
I think so. It's just... we're doomed. We're just so doomed.
I'm glad I paid for 3 abortions. Anyways, for the love of Christ, who said that? I did. All right, Keith.
Thanks, man.
You got it, brother. And tell those people at work to change the channel. When I was, and this really disturbed me, I did the USO show in Afghanistan. I walk into the little TV room, and what was on? CNN. Nobody in there. I flipped it right over to Fox, and I'm sure somebody else would have. I get a picture of me sleeping on Gary Delabate's shoulder. Like a couple of fruits. I've been to a couple of camps. Training camps and training camps, is that what they call? Bennington, Fort Bennington and Fort Myers with them. Camps. I've been at a couple of camps, and CNN was on at both of them. I did a show. What's the one isn't it Bennington in New Jersey? What's the one in New Jersey? I did one over there in the...
I should know.
That's all right. You're from there. But I got a talking to after the black sergeant that was running the show. He was laughing at me going, oh boy. Even he was blushing. And he was a black fella. It's hard to see that. Okay, I got about 2 minutes left. Jimmy in Tampa. Go ahead, Jimmy, real quick.
I was just going to say, Sesame Street in the Middle East, I think the count only counts backwards from 3, 2, 1.
No, I actually seen it. He counts forward, too, and... 3.
No, detonation joke. Maybe my phone connection's bad.
No, it was a good... Jimmy, that was a good one. That was a zing-zangler.
Hey, great show. Go Sox. I'll talk to you later.
All right, Jimmy boy. That's a Bostonian living in Tampa, phoning in a joke. I tell you, the Boston callers, right? They always get a zinger in there.
We're thinking of Fort Dix?
Fort Dix. No, I was thinking of Fort Snatch, right next door. Yes, it was Fort Dix. I still got another Elmo clip to play that's even a little more disturbing than that one. Yeah. No, Andy just made a weird face, like, I don't know, that's too many Elmo clips. No. I got about 11 of them. First hour is going to be Elmo clip. I'm belly laughing. Do you understand this has been the best couple weeks if you're a Republican or lean right in your politics? It's like porn. I'm waiting for Wolf Blitzer to come on. He's missing half his face. He gets hit with something on the way to work. Somebody throws a brick off a bridge. It has been a pleasure to pull back the curtain and reveal the shit that CNN has been. And now they're getting sued, and people are resigning. Yet Donna Brazile will be on the morning shows, still circulating, spewing her lies. But it has been a pleasure. But this Elmo thing, on top of what they just went through, they're catching flack for this. And Jeff Zucker, I think he's still the CEO, if I'm not mistaken. I got to believe he's on the hot seat. I got to believe he's like the manager of the Milwaukee Brewers. How are they doing this year? I always pick them when I pick a shitty team. It's got to be on the hot seat. When I get back, I want to take a call from a fella in Brooklyn who really just doesn't get life, and I'll have to explain it to him. And we'll play some more Tickle Me Elmo. When we come back, kids, we're going to talk about breast cancer. Yeah, breast cancer, they get it everywhere. It's not just in this country, and we got to help those people everywhere that get breast cancer. Right, Timmy? 866-969-1969. Back after this.
You're listening to the Nick Dipaolo Show on Faction Talk, Sirius XM 103.
And now, back to the Nick Dipaolo Show on Sirius XM, Faction Talk 103.
Yeah. That puts me in my roots. Brad Delp, lead singer, went to my high school. Yeah, he's dead now. Committed suicide. In the bathroom with like a hibachi. Yeah, he put a grill in there, some type of gas grill, and shut the door. Yes, I am feeling low about the doors. I'm feeling low about the electric work in here. The wiring is just... Oh, did that frost my balls.
Me too.
The only time I want to be smooth is at the beginning. I don't care if it goes off the rails during the show. How you doing, folks? Currently talking about, again, CNN. I can't help it. I didn't mean to lead with this, but they are so fucking funny. They are just making me laugh. They had Elmo. Apparently Elmo the puppet, he went to a refugee camp in Jordan. Picked up some type of virus. Lost an eye, and some of his fur came off. No, that's a joke. Anyways, here's some more of Elmo from Sesame Street talking about his trip to, the asshole of the earth.
Dipaolo is to harm your mother sucks cocks in hell.
Oh, my God, Elmo. You don't say that around the kids. No, here's the real clip.
Right. Elmo, let me ask you, was it sad for you to meet little boys and girls who had lost their homes?
Yeah. It was really sad because Elmo's new friends...
Wouldn't it be funny if he went, Yeah, it was, Miss Rhetorical. What kind of fucking question is that, you titless wonder?
And Jordan told Elmo that they had to leave their homes because it wasn't safe for them to stay. And that made Elmo really sad, and sometimes I'm a little bit scared.
Oh, you were scared, were you? Grow some balls, you fucking hairy puppet. Do you hear the question? Are they just like you? They're scared? They didn't have houses and shit? Oh, my God. And I bet you there's some broad right now sitting at home with those Janine Garofalo glasses. Again, not a slight against Janine. Just the glass. She made those glasses famous. There's some broad sitting there with her kid on her lap going, Here's a teachable moment, Billy. I don't want you to have any fun in life. Oh, God, it fries my apple. That was a good one, huh? Fries my apple. Somebody write that down. Fries my apple. Is anybody... I bet you they fry apples down south. They fry everything. Ever have a breakfast down south? I know you have, Andy. You're a comedian.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, my God. Here's half a fried chicken on a pile of waffles.
Gravy.
And we'll hit it with gravy and whipped cream. Now go out and have a nice productive morning. I can't. I shit my pants. Let's go to Ben in Brooklyn, one of my favorites. Ben, welcome to the show.
This is my first time calling. I'm glad I'm one of your favorites.
You, Ben? We've had a couple Bens from Brooklyn.
Well, my question is, what's wrong with teaching kids, Mr. Dipaolo, history? What's going on in current events?
Because I'll tell you what's wrong with it. First, if you want to teach them history, nothing. Why don't you start with our country and our history before you fucking show them, what you would probably say is the results of the United States foreign policy. Well, how about letting the kids be kids? Take them bowling.
Well, historically, Sesame Street and those shows have always taught them different things. I don't see what the problem is. I think you're being a little closed-minded as far as...
Yeah, okay. Go ahead. Sorry.
I'm sorry.
No, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I think you're being a little closed-minded as far as... Because these happen to be the topics of the day, Mr. Dipaolo, so what's the problem?
Because they're fucking kids.
Them
because they're fucking kids, Ben! They're kids! Let them be fucking kids! That's the fucking problem. Wake up!
I'm wide awake, sir, and I'm not originally from the city, but
Yeah,
I'm in tune to a lot of things that goes on. I have a degree in history, so
Yeah.
I'm not averse to having an open mind about these things, but I think you're being a little closed-minded.
I don't. I think you're missing the big picture. They're kids. They don't need to hear about it right now. They have, you can start indoctrinating them in 3rd, 4th grade. How about that? I mean, they're going to get nothing. They're going to get nothing but left-wing horseshit politics for the next 15 years. Let them breathe. Buy them a baseball glove.
Not if they watch Fox News. They'll get plenty of that.
All right.
You think soda skinny you?
Touche, Ben. All right. Thank you.
Hey, Nick.
Yes, sir. Go ahead.
You like to bang my fat sister?
I fall for these. God damn it, every time. How fat is she, Ben?
She's about 375, if you don't mind the hump.
God damn it. Went from my least favorite guest to my favorite caller. All right. Yeah, I'll give her a shot. Tell her to powder up, though. You know, they get that, you lift a fold and a breadstick falls out. We don't need that in this type of weather.
All right, I'll have her shaved, too. Right back.
All right, Ben. Thanks. Folks, that was the quintessential phone call here on the Nick Dipaolo Show. Yeah, and by the way, he wasn't kidding about the kid. Why not teach him history? I think he might have been trolling a little bit, but that would be a call from Brooklyn, and people would believe that. Oh, I love the people here. Let's go to Chotto in Alberta. Chotto.
Hey, Nick, you guinea mother.
Oh, take it easy, fella.
Kid knows all about cereal already.
He does?
Every time she refuses to eat a fucking chicken breast, makes me throw it in the garbage. I say, you understand what's going on in cereal. These kids would cry for a fucking piece of bread, and you're making me throw out this chicken breast. But hey, you know what really fries my apple?
What?
Is I think the reason why they're playing this on the news is the same reason they try and get kids branded. You know what I mean? Like they get them in tune to that brand early on, and then they got them for life, right?
Yes. It's called indoctrination. I'm just saying. Yeah, as Tony Soprano said, it's indoctrination. I'm just
okay, Nick. I'm out.
All right, brother. Take it easy, Toto. Churro in Alberta. It's a good one. No, but it is. That's anybody with me out there? Do you let your kids enjoy themselves before you teach them about alternative lifestyles and 19 different bathrooms and can you know what I mean? Before you start laying the fucking left wing horse shit on them that they're gonna get from 1st grade to 12th anyways, and then they'll take it up a notch when they go to college. Let them play kickball. Let them get hit in the face with a dodgeball. Let them learn about life. You know? I don't know. Jim Henson, again, I remember it. It used to be, there was a guy in a garbage can. What was his name? Was that kid still around? Oscar the Grouch. Oscar the Grouch. But what, was his attitude too salty for the fucking millennials? Now we have Oscar the Snowflake, and it really is, it is mind-bending, folks. Let's go to Bob in Woodbridge. Bob, what's going on?
Hey, Nick. Love your show.
Thank you so much, Bob.
About 20 years ago, I worked in a building that housed a local radio, Washington, D.C. radio station. And this was right in the middle of the Tickle Me Elmo craze. And this station got so fed up with Elmo, they had bought an Elmo. They took it out to the parking lot of the building. They took a microphone, shoved it up his ass,
Jesus,
rented a steamroller, and steamrolled it right on the air.
Now, this was this was a Nightline on ABC?
No, this was a radio station in D.C.
Well, you know what? I like that station, and I like their... Are you with me on this one, Bob? I mean, can't the kids be kids before you start teach them about, tragedy and...
Yeah, hey, like you said, give them a baseball bat, give them a fucking football.
Yes.
Send them out there to play.
Yes, I'm just saying, let them have a few years to themselves. But,
I agree.
It doesn't mean they're going to be retarded when they grow up. But Elmo, I never liked him. He's got the voice of a half a fag.
Yeah, well, he got crushed with a microphone up his ass. So that was a good.
Boy,
that was a good sound.
That left an indelible print on Bob's mind. All right, Bob. Thanks, man.
Thanks.
Take it easy.
All right, bye.
Sherry, we always like women on the show. We don't get enough of them. Sherry in Kentucky. How are you, Sherry?
My apples are getting fried now. I mean,
Right.
I didn't hear the whole thing, but did Elmo meet any child brides who were, getting married to 60-year-old disgusting pigs?
Elmo did. And
he did. What happened?
Elmo said that that was fine by him. Anything that's not American is fine. That was his statement.
Did he meet any little boys that were strapped up with, explosives and?
Well, we're not saying
posing for propaganda.
Yeah.
This is. But you know what? When you're watching Sesame Street, you're trying not to pee your pants, okay? Never mind, like, the gender bathroom. If you just want to find a bathroom and not pee your pants.
Oh, I thought you had an
kids?
incontinence problem as an adult when you were watching Sesame Street.
No. I'm just saying, let the kids be kids.
Yeah.
These poor kids are trying to not piss themselves, okay? They don't really need to know about... I didn't even know where Jordan was until... I'm embarrassed, okay? I didn't know which...
I think it borders Iraq.
Yeah.
In New Jersey.
In New Jersey. Yeah, exactly.
It's right below Delaware and right above Syria.
Yeah. Well, I'm just saying, this is just propaganda bullshit. And
all right.
Didn't the guy who wasn't the real voice of Elmo, didn't he get into some really nasty shit?
Yeah. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, I mean...
It was a young black dude.
Yeah, they have a lot of balls making Elmo be the spokesman
They
for
do.
this,
Thank you, Sherry.
But
I
love you.
Appreciate the call.
Had to say that.
Thank you so much.
Love you.
Somebody has to say it. Got a lot of people right now who, not at showbiz, but it's a dangerous situation. Flowers, give me a soprano. Give me a Tony soprano.
Did you sniff that girl's underwear?
P, I swear to God, after the wedding, anything that touches her pussy's off limits.
Oscar the Grouch now resides in a recycling
Excuse me.
Oh, boy, the line's lit up, apparently. CNN is just, this is tremendous. This is like one of my best weeks of my life. I can't wait till the Adam's apple at MSNBC slips on ice this winter and bangs the back of her head.
Did you hear me? He was in a
Oscar the
recycling bin
Grouch
now.
in a recycle. No, yeah. I thought you just threw that in there kiddingly.
Nope.
Oh, you have to be fucking pinching my onion. You're kidding me. They have Oscar the Grouch in a recycling bin. Oh, that's just terrific. What's that, to take the edge off his personality? Oh, my God. Unbelievable. Let's go to Chris in Long Island, line 5. Chris.
Nick.
Help me out, will you? What happened to Sesame Street? When I was a kid, it was Miss Piggy trying to get giving Kermit a hand job. Good, clean fun.
Apparently, Cookie Monster is no longer allowed to eat cookies. He eats healthy vegetables. Occasionally, he's allowed a cookie.
That's true.
But they're really stressing the Cookie Monster eat healthy. I don't let my child watch Sesame Street anymore since HBO took over. It actually happened before, even when it was on PBS. It's really scary.
I'm going to stop my own Sesame Street. The character. I'm just going to make them just a little different, so it's the characters. I'm just going to change them so I don't get sued. But I'm going to have the Cookie Monster eating pussy. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? P is for pussy, kids.
I want to play that character.
Chris wants to play that character. Well,
Nick, love the show. Be good.
All right, take care. Oh my goodness gracious. So the Cookie Monster. Okay, he's got fruits and vegetables in front of him. And again, I'm not saying, look, I'm just saying, You can show that like once, okay? On a Monday, show the kids. Look, but the rest of the time, again, let the kids. Do you want a 4-year-old girl? She knows nothing but red onions and avocado. Come on. Give her a clock bar. Give her a goddamn clock bar. The phone's lit up. I didn't mean to do 2 segments on this, but I have it. I have it here. I have it. Well, I'm going to get to the bottom of this wire situation.
This is CNN, the most trusted name in news.
Shut up! Shut up! Shut up!
866-969-1969. Brian in California. Welcome to the show, Brian. Go ahead, Brian. All right, Brian.
Hey, Brian. Nick, how you doing?
Good. How you doing?
Good. You know, I find it ironic that that the left is more than willing to have everybody win a participation medal, and there are no winners and losers because they're too delicate. The children are, but it's perfectly okay to talk about sexuality and any other thing that's on that month's agenda for the liberal.
That's a valid point. It's a valid point. Not everybody gets a trophy in Syria. Some of them.
No, but we can't. But we can't talk about. We can't talk about the real issues.
No, you should explain to the kids. Go look. Here's what president is this? Who's this? That's Barack Obama. Yeah, it was this fuckface's policies that led to this refugee crisis. Did you know that, Timmy?
Yeah, it's those are the things that I like my children to look at.
That's what I'm saying. Can you let the kids be kids, for crying out loud? Plenty of time for indoctrination. Brian, do you probably don't watch CNN, do you?
No.
I never did either.
No, only when I want to see a train wreck.
You know what? If they keep up at this pace, they're going to be off the air by Friday. Let's keep our fingers crossed. Thank you for the call, Brian. I appreciate it very much. Let's go to Billy in New Jersey. He thinks the whole refugee thing might be a conspiracy. Bill, explain yourself.
Hey, what's up? Hey, what's up, Nick?
What's up, Bill?
Not really a conspiracy, but remember how before they were talking about putting a safe space in Syria to stop them all? Well, Europe's complete. Like all the stories I see, Europe is finished. It's done.
Yep.
So why aren't we even trying to stop people? Like I just don't get it. I think it's a plot to destroy Western civilization. I honestly do.
I know. I'm telling you, man. Just think about Bill. Think about this. What if Hillary got elected?
Oh my God, we'd be hearing the Muslim songs on over our church bells.
I got my boy. He's got a show right next door to us, Dean Abadella, and he's Palestinian and he's Sicilian. Actually, is that what he said?
Mm-hmm.
Anyways, but he's a Muslim. Is he Muslim? I believe so.
Yes.
Well, his sidekick has a hijab on, so. But he keeps. He was joking about Sharia law being here, and he wasn't saying with a. It wasn't even. He was kind of being serious about it. It was everything It was everything. It took me everything I could not to rub a pork chop in his face.
Well, they're reporting small circles of it in what's that Dearborn?
Oh, yeah. Small circles.
Population.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
But if Sesame Street was going to take this, couldn't they use it to show some appreciation for our culture? Like, look, Timmy, over here, women get their hands hit with a brick if they try to read. Here in America, we have it a lot better. Like, it's always propping up somebody else and trying to tear our culture down when we're by far the best.
Well, I got to be fair there. In my family, when my sister tried to learn to read, my father put her hand in a panini maker.
Well, she probably deserved it. But.
All right, Billy.
All right, Nick, I'm going to go play with my infidel Elmo doll. See ya.
All right.
No, not this fucking time. No fucking way, mate.
Did I mention the very funny, hilarious, very interesting Bert Kreischer is going to be here in a few minutes at the top of the hour. Just met him real quick in the hallway the first time in my life. And it's funny because again, there's so much out there and stuff, and I get caught in my own little circles and whatever. And I actually said to I go to Andy yesterday. Is he like more famous than me? And he goes, "Oh yeah, which is the right answer. He's had a lot of deals and stuff, and rightfully so. He's an interesting dude. Can't wait to get him in here with a bunch of stories. And I think he voted #1 party in Syria, was he not? You are correct, sir. Hey, if you want to check out my tour dates, which basically consists of me being at the Fat Black Pussycat about 9 times in the next month or so, nickdip.com. And follow me on Twitter and Instagram at Nick Dipaolo. Let's get that number up over 11. All right. Walk, walk, walk. Sick of CNN. Sick of this chiming. I guess we're too late into this segment to switch gears. Your thoughts, producer?
We can stretch.
Huh?
We can stretch it a little bit.
Not stretch. You know what I mean? I have new subject matter.
Yeah, we got Bert coming in, so.
That's right. So we'll stick on that. But I do want to mention this director, Christopher Nolan's got a WW2 movie coming out, Dunkirk. And people are upset about it, the social justice, because it's all white. Too many white people. Well, yeah, that's because it's about the fucking evacuation of British and Allied forces from northern France in May and June 1940, you ignorant fucking dopes. Unbelievable. Here's a couple of quotes from the jerk-offs online who grew up believing that having all this PC stuff soaked into their brain. Here's just a selection of Dunkirk diversity social media sentiment. One guy says, "What comes to mind when I see the trailer for Dunkirk? A boring war movie with a bunch of white dudes. Hashtag no thanks. Could you get any more ignorant?" I went to see that movie, about the Harlem Globetrotters. Too many black guys. Walk right out 10 minutes into it. Jesus H. Christ. Was that horrible? Hashtag P fucking you. Another person says of the Dunkirk movie, "I assume the guys bitching about a female-directed, female-driven film will be first in line for Dunkirk, a movie starring only white guys. That's Mike Eisenberg. Just proves you're the most retarded people on the planet. You people who bought into this PC shit and you're obsessed. And you hate everything that's white or whatever. And especially, I'm talking about the white people who hate. Other people have a chip on the shoulder, might have a reason, might not. That's debatable. But you dinks that are going, yeah, just a boring bunch of white dudes who only kept the world free. You fucking ignorant. You know why they don't know anything about it? Because Ben from Brooklyn would rather have them learning about Syria and shit when they're 6. Wait a minute, I like Ben. I forgot the second half of the conversation was actually brilliant. Connor in Fargo. How can't you take a call from Fargo? Connor, what's up?
Hey, Nick, how you doing today?
Pretty good.
Hey, Nick, well, my point was, listening to that, I saw that clip from, CNN about with Elmo and all before.
Yeah.
When I first saw it, the immediate thing that I thought was, Elmo said, these people can no longer stay in their homes because it's not safe for them anymore. But instead of saying, like, well, hey, this is why it's not safe anymore, because they're being overrun by this horrible faction of people.
Right.
That, instead of making it seem like, I don't know what the word I'm looking for, instead of, actually diving into the meat of it, it's like, oh, this is just something that we have to deal with, and it's just so indoctrinating.
Yeah, no, that is a great point. They don't go to the root cause because it doesn't fit their narrative. Where's the character? You didn't see the character? But Bobby Barrelbomb. Did you see the?
I don't think so. No,
Sammy Sarin. You didn't see the character Sammy Sarin, guys. But you make a great point.
Yeah, I think I got one of those things for you. Something you got to look up on your own time. There's a clip that Cumia played on his show probably about a week or two ago.
Yeah.
Of CNN, their coverage of the first Gulf War. They really weren't there. They had fake palm trees and fake rain, and they used fans to blow it to make it seem like they were there.
Yes, I remember that.
It was so hilariously bad. It was so bad, but at the time, people somehow bought it. Now looking back, it's just so cornball.
Yeah, and you'd think that once the truth came out about that very incident, that CNN's ratings might have tanked. But no. Welcome to Stupidville.
All right. I'm going to say, Nick, love the show.
Thanks,
Have a good one.
Take care, Connor. That's a good point, though. You're teaching the kids that this is just a fact of life. It doesn't matter why it happened, how it happened. I'm glad I'm 71. So, yeah, people are pissed about the Dunkirk movie. Because the soldiers are white in it. It's a World War II movie based on British Allied forces in northern France. And there's too many... Oh, my God. That just cracks me up. But here's the soundtrack from it.
White power, 1, 2, 3, 4. Last time I watched my country going down the drain. We are all at fault now. We are all to blame.
It's a catchy tune. What's the matter, Brennan? Brennan's in there shitting his pants. I'm making fun of it. I'm not condoning that song. You're proving my point. Generation 25 in there. I'm saying that's what the soundtrack sounds like to these social justice warriors. But it would be like complaining of, making a movie about, Thanksgiving and going, there was Native Americans in it. Gross. It's really, we are, and this is in the name of progressivism. We are backpedaling. Like a cornerback getting burned deep. This segment all over? I feel like I'm cutting a double album here. How much time left? A minute. I can't wait to get Bert Kreischer in here.
Be fun.
He walked by. He made me a little nervous because he goes, he walked by and he said something about not drinking. Trying not to, something about staying straight before he get in here. He's here. He's been here all day probably doing all the shows, no?
Yeah, probably.
So I got to thank him for sticking around for this one. I mean, this is not easy hour. Yeah, you figure the morning shows, Christ, 7, 8, Norton, Sam and Norton, like 8 o'clock, right? And then he did, Opie and on the rest of them, I'm sure. So we got to thank him for sticking around. And he's well worth it. And by the way, catch him, Cherokee Casino in West Salem Springs, Oklahoma, July 1st. And at the Funny Bone in Columbus, Ohio, July 7th and 8th. For tickets, go to BertBert.com. We'll be back right after this with Bert Kreischer.
The Nick Dipaolo Show will return after this.
And now, back to the Nick Dipaolo Show on Sirius XM. Faction Talk 103.
Hey, folks. Welcome back to the show. 866-969-1969. Just in a few minutes, the great Bert Kreischer will be in here. Interesting fella. Went over to Russia, got drunk with some mobster. I mean, you guys saw the specials. And went to Florida State. You know how hard it is to develop a reputation for partying at Florida State? You understand? That's like going, he's the meanest guy in ISIS. I mean, that took some doing to become I was the fastest running back, University of Maine. Blistering 4.6 flat. He's at the 50. He's at the 49.5. The 49. Anyways, looking forward to it. Interesting dude. Had a lot of stuff, too. Bert the Conqueror. And then he had a couple deals with FX. Even something at CBS, if I'm not correct. That's because he's full of charm life, and we call him the Dos Equis guy. Look, he's got Roland's with him.
You have no idea how fucking happy I am right now.
About as happy as me, brother. Nice meeting you.
I'm telling you right now, with this meeting right here.
That's you right there, yeah.
I can tell you right now, unequivocally, that's the wrong word. I'm a little drunk.
That's all right. Everybody hears.
The definition of my relationship with my oldest daughter, Georgia's 13, stems from Tough Crowd.
You're kidding me.
100%.
Now, is she in rehab still?
I would watch Tough Crowd with her every morning. I loved Greg. I knew Greg, I knew Patrice, I knew Rich, I knew Jim. I did not know Colin, and I did not know you.
Is that right?
I didn't know either of the two of you, and I used to... That was my show, man. I still to this day think that was the greatest show that was ever on television.
How did we not get you on, Bert? You were probably busy. You had a lot of deals and shit.
No, I was a feature. Georgia was born. I worked for David Tell and then worked for Louis C.K. the next weekend. And I said to Louis C.K., I said, he said, who's your favorite comic these days? I said, Nick Dipaolo. And I said, he said, why? I said, the thing I like about Nick is like you can't really tell if he's racist. And Louis goes, really?
That fat, white, Irish, freckled motherfucker. Did he say that? You go, Nick Dipaolo, my favorite comedian. Really? Why? Oh, my God. How dare he?
I have so many great Nick Dipaolo stories. My favorite ever. My favorite ever. And I won't share it if you don't want me to share it. It's about the time you had to get escorted out of a club because of the deodorant joke. Do you know what I'm talking about?
I think there were a couple of them. Which one?
There was a bachelorette party. These are like my favorite jokes ever. Are like the ones that comics share with comics.
Was that the Comedy Works in Denver?
Maybe.
They never had me back.
For real?
Yeah.
Oh.
Bachelorette party got way out of... They ruined the feature act before me.
Yeah.
And I wasn't having any of it. And, I called them cunts like 3 seconds into my set.
Yeah.
I said fat, ugly cunts.
Yeah.
And I didn't know the place was run by a fat, ugly cunt, so she threw me out. No, I don't know. I don't even know who runs it. That was a joke.
One of my favorite ones ever was Stanhope. Stanhope got an email from, like, the Omaha Funny Bone or one of the Funny Bones from one of the fans. And they were like, hey, one of the customers, hey, just for the record, I think your jokes were horrible. It's too soon for 9/11. I don't find jokes funny. The way you talked about gay people and black people, I didn't enjoy any of it. And Stanhope replied and said, I couldn't agree with you more. When I got this script for that evening, I was appalled at the material they wanted me to present. But I did it anyway because I needed the paycheck. And they were like, I knew it couldn't have been you.
There you go. They really have no idea what we do they, Bert?
No idea.
No idea. How about Stanhope? One of my favorite. What was it? Capital City Comedy Club?
Cap City Comedy Club in Austin.
I think it's Cap City, the other one. But they did you did 2 shows, like an 8 and 10. Then it was a midnight. It was supposed to be a dirty show. And the headliner had the option of doing the 3rd show. Oh, you didn't have to. But the crowd, they don't turn it over from the 2nd show to the dirty show. Yeah, this was when the club was fairly new. So Stanhope, they had already seen him. So he comes out completely naked with just work boots on.
Are you serious?
Yes. Rich Miller was my agent and his agent. And Rich Miller called me. He goes, we had to fire him. He couldn't finish out the... He had work boots on and he's completely naked.
All he had left was a Sunday show, and they fired him.
That's Stanhope. Come on, you gotta love that.
He's the best. He legit is one of my favorites.
Well, you seem to have a lot in common with him. You have like a cult following, Bert, don't you, kinda?
I don't know.
Explain, first of all, let's play a clip. Play. Is this a good time?
No, please do not.
All right.
I do not want you to watch my stand-up.
What are you talking about? Let me stand.
Fucking cut that out. Oh, my God.
How did you get I want to explain to me how you got a reputation as the top partier.
I would have lost my shit if Nick Dipaolo just... my wife...
Why?
My wife...
I watched some of your stand-up today. It was fine.
My wife loves you. There's 2 comics my wife loves. You and David Tell.
Oh, well, I'll tell you, know what? Very nice.
Yeah.
Nice pairing. Because they usually, you know how that works. After the show, somebody comes, gee, you're my favorite. You and, they'll pick fucking Gallagher, too. You guys are my favorites. You're cutting edge, and he's got an edge. He cuts for... They always lump you in. They get you excited, and they throw it in there.
No. My wife's got a good taste in comedy. I don't think she has a good sense of humor, but she likes great comics. Like, I'd love to have you on my podcast if you're ever in L.A. I had Tell and Segura on my podcast, and they were walking through the house. My wife lit up. She was like, oh, my God, David Tell's in my house. And then said, can I get a picture with the Tell? And Segura was there. And she's like, Tommy, I need you to move out of it. So he's standing, and there's a picture of us online. He's standing by the door with his head ducked down, going like, Arr. No, man, I can't tell you how much Tough Crowd was like I'd be on the road, and I'd watch all you guys. I started in New York. I worked the door at the Boston Comedy Club. I'd watch all you guys, and I felt like I was connected to a community. I didn't have that in L.A.
Yeah, that was the genius of Colin Quinn. He developed that, the Comedy Cellar table. We all sat around, busted each other's butt. That had been going on for years. Me and Patrice attacking each other. Keith Robinson, Greg Giraldo would be attacking each other. And Colin just sat there, he'd jump in once in a while. But, meanwhile, he goes, oh, this is going to make for a hell of a show. And, he put it together. And We had great comics come on there, like you said. We had good comics come on. We had such a chemistry. Some of the we're talking about Jimmy Schubert who's Schubert. He's as funny as anybody.
Yeah.
But he came on. I remember the first time his eyes just he didn't say. He said like 2 words. And he's like, "What the fuck what just happened?"
I will binge watch Tough Crowd now online, still to this day. Because you can find ones like greatest Dipaolo lines, greatest Geraldo lines, greatest Patrice lines.
Yeah.
Oh, that was such a great fucking show.
And this young I was at the Improv in Tempe a couple of years ago, and I mentioned this on an earlier show. A table of Latino kids. The oldest one was like 21, and it was boys and girls. They came out and they said the same thing. They found Tough Crowd online, and they were obsessed with it.
Oh yeah, I had Colin. So I had a TV show on Travel Channel, and one of the things is like take people on adventures of a lifetime, fill up a bucket list of things. So we're in New York.
Was that Bert the Conqueror?
It was Trip Flip. It was a different one.
Shit, so many guys had a lot.
I had a lot of TV shows. They did
Good
nothing
for
for my career.
So what? So what? You got them.
Yeah.
That's not easy to do.
Hemorrhage your soul. We're gonna do comedy, and I come up with the idea of my 2 travelers that I take on the trip. Well, what we'll do is we'll put an IFB in one of the guy's ears, and then I'll tell jokes to him.
Jesus.
And then my producers say, why don't we get someone that you're a big fan of, too? I said, Colin Quinn. I get Colin Quinn, we'll put an IFB in the guy's ear, and Colin will tell the guy's jokes, and then he'll deliver them to the audience. So we're like, oh, this will be great. So we go downstairs, Colin shows up. Colin's like, of course, I'll do it. Very cool, first time I ever met him. We try it out in the green room at Gotham. So Colin's in the hallway, the kid's in the green room, he's got the IFB in, and Colin tells his first joke, and we don't realize Colin's hilarious, and this kid laughs hysterically and doesn't repeat it. He just starts going, slow it down. It was the greatest. And all he was doing was making fun of me. And now I'm like, I want to hear what he's saying. Oh. Yeah.
Yeah, you don't want Colin in your earpiece. He's hard enough to understand. Hey, we're talking to the great Bert Kreischer, and you can see him live at the Cherokee Casino in is it Siloam Springs?
Doesn't matter. It's already sold out.
How about that?
Yeah,
already sold out.
Game respects game.
Oklahoma, July 1st. And the Funny Bone, Columbus, Ohio, July 7th and 8th.
That one still has tickets available.
Go to BertBert.com and follow him on Twitter at Bert Kreischer, or listen to the Bertcast at BertCast.com. He's got a Showtime special, The Machine, available Showtime on demand too. Yeah, some of the stories, man. I know you're sick of telling like the rushes, but I have to. You went skydiving with Rachel Ray?
Yeah.
Did her chute open? I would have heard about it if it didn't.
Yeah.
Her burritos gave me the shits. I was hoping it was going to end in tragedy this time.
Rachel's the best.
She's a good woman, right?
Her.
Funny.
Yeah. We were in Mexico. We had bodyguards, and because it was like sketchy, and they had guns on them. And one night we're drinking late night, and she's talking about her favorite comics. One of her favorite comics is Chris Rock. And then in the middle of it, she just snaps. Our 2 bodyguards are sitting by her at the door, and she just snaps and goes, you know what? Let's go to the beach and make our bodyguards fight. And I immediately started laughing. I go, who the fuck are you?
What?
Yeah.
She said that?
Dude, she's the best. I said to her, because I kept trying to talk Spanish to my bodyguard, and I was like, do you want a beer? In Spanish. Do you want a beer? Yeah. Do you want a cigar? Do you want like, and I didn't realize until the end of the night I was saying quieres instead of tienes. So
I would have made the same mistake.
I was saying, do you have a beer? Do you have money? Do you have a cigar? And Rachel goes, how did you know that at the end of the night when you told him he has to go to bed with you?
Whoa!
Dude, Rachel's the best.
That's a funny line.
She is legit funny.
Wait, but how did you end up? Why were you guys together skydiving? You were dating her or something?
No.
No, you dated Barefoot Contessa for a while, didn't you?
No. I know who that is.
Brett goes, no, who the fuck is that?
Wait.
Oh, yeah.
No, although I did see Giada. I saw
De La
Giada.
Renta.
Yeah. Ooh.
Yeah.
She's so hot.
Yeah, Artie Lang went nuts over her.
Oh.
We always used to make fun, on the show, on the Nick and Artie show, Artie, we had clips, and Artie would go crazy.
I'm at an airport. I'm about to do Letterman for the only time. And so I guess it's not the first time now because he's done. It's the only time.
No, he's coming back.
I'm flying to New York. We're in the first class lounge in LAX, and our flight gets delayed by like a lot. I'm in line to get my on the next flight, and Giada's behind me. Now, I'm drunk as shit. What I want to say is...
It's a pattern developing, bro.
So, what I want to say is, hey, I'm Bert. I'm on the show Bert the Conqueror. We all go to upfronts. We see each other a lot. I know you probably recognize my face. I definitely recognize your face. I've been a big fan of yours for a while. I'm Bert. That's not what I say. What I say is, we're owned by the same people. And she just looks at me and goes, and then I went, the Conqueror. And she left. So, cut to, we're at Upfronts like 7 months later, and a year later, I'm with David Bromstadt, who's like the big HGTV guy. And,
seen the name.
And Giada comes in. Bobby Flay is there. Bobby Flay is there. All the talent's there. And Giada walks in. Right off the bat, David Bromstadt's like, oh, I love Giada. Oh my God, I'm like freaking out. Oh my God, does anyone know her? And I go, I've met her before. And Bobby Flay is the coolest motherfucker in town.
Yeah, he seems like a regular down-to-earth dude.
You and him will get along so fucking well.
He seems very cool. I've been to his restaurants right up the street many times.
Legit.
Bar American.
Yeah, legit the greatest guy. He goes, met her? And I go, it's a bad story. And he goes, wait, I got to hear the story. I go, it's not good. You won't like it. And he goes, wait. I go, I don't know. I was fucked up. And then Giada walks up. She goes, hi. And Bobby goes, you know David Bromstadt? She's like, yes. Oh my God. And he goes, do you know Bert? And then Giada just goes, the Conqueror. Bobby Flay is the best, man. You guys would get along great.
Yeah, he's a real, he's a New Yorker. And he worked his ass off. I didn't think he didn't go to college. He just worked his ass off. I saw a whole piece on. And you can't put on that network without, well, if Chopped is not on. Can we get another episode of Chopped?
Jesus Christ.
I mean, every episode. Now, this is an observation I made. This is a transgender person in every episode of Chopped.
What do you think about Guy Fieri?
Guy, I know, he grew on me.
I love Guy Fieri.
He grew on me.
Fieri.
He was waiting. When he first came on, I go, oh, come on. I go, the haircut. This guy's trying too hard with the But, I watched the show.
Yeah.
And then I remember the episode. Some guy made a Chia Pino in Puda Creek out in California. You believe I remember this shit?
Chia Pino in Puda Creek.
I know, that's funny, isn't it? And the guy knew what he was doing. He's an East Coast guy. So I watched that episode, and that's when I started to. I go, that was a pretty good recipe. I actually tried it. And then he grew on me. I think he does a great job of that show. Have you hung with him, too?
Yeah. Guy and I are in the same fraternity.
What, ATO?
Yeah, wait. Were you in a fraternity?
I was in Sigma Nu.
For real?
Yes, up at University of Maine.
Right?
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, I think it's racist.
Mine's a military. Sigma Nu is a military hierarchy.
Sigma Nu and ATO were the same fraternity at one point, and then they split off.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Shows you how much I paid attention to that. It's more about the pussy and the $4.
Pussy? I'd gotten so much gay shit in my fraternity. I said it the other day. We used to do, did you ever do sloppy biscuit?
Oh, Jesus Christ. Even if I did, I wouldn't say yes right now.
They'd line you up around the room, naked, blindfolded, with your paddle and your pledge book behind your back. And they go, all right, in the middle of the room's a biscuit. The last one to ejaculate on it has to eat it.
Yeah, we did something like that with a Ritz cracker, and it wasn't a circle, it was a square, but...
and then they would go, and then you'd be like going, what do I do? And they'd have you on the show and go, take your blindfold off. Hartley and Angelitas are jacking off. You just watch your fraternity brothers jack off on a biscuit.
And you wonder why we got that reputation of, isn't that weird? But, that was I'm not kidding you with a Ritz cracker and she was a different way we did it.
Ours is a KFC biscuit.
Oh, I'm trying to look for, there was a guy on here that wanted to talk to you, but I don't see him now. Let's go to Paul in New York. He has an opinion about Tough Guy. Say hi to the great Bert Kreischer, Paul.
Hey, guys. How's it going?
Good. How you doing, Paul?
I love the love fest.
Yeah.
Bert was saying how much of a fan he is of Nick's. Nick's saying how much of a fan he is of Bert's. You both great comics. And I literally, Bert and I have something in common. The reason why I got DVR when it first came out was, was to watch Tough Cop.
Oh, yeah.
I had a job where I got up really early, and I got a DVR, so I could watch Tough Crowd every day.
Ooh.
And that's where I first got introduced to Nick. Nick, I think you're hilarious.
Thank you, Paul.
I'm a card-carrying liberal. We disagree a whole lot.
That's good. That's all right.
It's fine. But there are things I agree with you about. So, gentlemen, big fans.
Oh.
I just wanted to call and tell you I love you both.
Thank you, Paul. And
there was no better feeling in my life than coming home on Monday. I'd land Monday night because I'd do the road as a feature, get $700 a week. I'd leave Wednesday night to be there Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and then come home and I had 3 tough crowds locked and loaded. And just I told a story to my agent that they were like, "Don't ever share this." Not my big agent or whatever. Whatever. So one morning I'm with Georgia and my oldest, she's a baby, and I'm saying to my wife, "How come she doesn't connect with me?" And she's like, "Oh, because I'm her food. Like legit, we connect for like 30 minutes a day, 5 times a day. Like we connect. Like you can't offer her that." So one morning I'm watching Tough Crowd, and I think, I wonder if I offer her the teat. Like, I wonder what would happen.
Jesus Christ.
So I just lean forward a little bit. Like, just a little bit. Like almost kind of trying to hail a taxi. She just latches on immediately. Now I'm watching Tough Crowd. I'm watching all my heroes, and my daughter's sucking on my teeth. I'm like, now here's the thing you need to know if in case this ever happens to you. You can't just take a kid's face off your nipple.
No, it's like a
You gotta
tick.
pop it. You gotta
It's like
pop
a
it.
tick.
Yes.
You gotta put a cigarette on it. You want to put a cigarette out on the back of her head.
I didn't know what to do. I had stopped 2 dogs from fucking one time. So in my head, I'm like, all right, what I got to do is get a stick, shove it up her ass. My wife comes out. She's like, what do you, now all she sees is me watching Tough Crowd with my daughter on my tit.
I have a similar story about my nephew teething. It involved my dick, but I can't bring. Anybody out there? Hello? Hey, Brendan in Long Island said he just got pulled over by a cop. Is that true, Brendan?
Yeah, hey, what's going on, guys? How are you?
Good. Say hi to Bert Kreischer.
Hey.
Hey, Bert, I've been listening to you pretty much all day. I was listening to you guys on Jim.
See that?
Hey, you know what cops hate? This is a joke Patrice helped me write. You know what cops hate? When you touch their faces. Try it. When he comes up to the window, just gently put your finger to his lips and go, shh, and then take off. That was the first, legit joke
That's
I wrote.
probably not the greatest idea in the world.
So what happened, Brent? You got pulled over by a cop?
Yeah, I got pulled over by the state trooper heading out east, and he actually saw on my car screen, I'm listening to you guys, he just said, slow down and have a good day. And then he said, I'm a big fan of you guys.
Oh.
Love see that.
Same props to you guys tonight.
Well, that almost made my night, Brendan. Thank you. I got pulled over by a cop, and I told him I'm Nick Dipaolo, comedian. Put one right in the side of my shoulder. All right. Let's go to, what's it say, Fontaine in Virginia? He wants Bert to tell a story.
That's a girl.
Huh?
Fontaine is a girl.
So what?
You said he wants to.
Oh, I did? She.
No.
I made a mistake. Jesus Christ.
funny to
It's
me.
been a long day over here. Fontaine, how are you? How big's your cock? Anyways, you're on Bert Kreischer.
Hey, I'm not a girl. You
Damn,
Yeah, thank you, you fuck. That's my
How is
producer.
Fontaine not a girl's name?
How? Because he has a cock.
I'm black.
Oh, he's black.
Oh, he's black.
It's a black font.
I didn't see any of this coming.
Yeah, you're way off. Go ahead, Fontaine.
Hey, Nick.
Yeah, what's
Nick,
up?
you know you're one of the great ones. When one of your punchlines from probably 25 years ago still makes me laugh today, and I won't do your bit. The punchline was, you can start by boiling your hands. Holy shit, are you a funny dude, man.
Wait, I'll match you for that. One of my favorite punchlines of Nick's ever is, I'll just say the punchline. Clearly, you've never put $1,000 on an NBA game. Oh, that's the best. I said that to Attell on my podcast. I go, that's my favorite punchline ever.
White people not using the N-word. And I go, what do you want?
Hey, Bert.
Go ahead, Fontaine.
Hey, Bert, I'm a huge fan of yours, and if there was somebody I'd love to hang with for a day, it would be you. You have to tell Nick anything about Isla. Nick, his kid is so fucking funny.
How old is Isla?
11.
Is that right?
Weird as fuck.
Why is she weird?
How'd
you raise her? And keep her out back in the cold or something?
No, she just is a really interesting child.
Thank you, Fontaine.
Yeah, thanks, Fontaine. She
for bringing up this painful memory for Bert.
I love her to death, but she just is there's a small story, because I would never do a bit around you, but there's a small story that isn't a bit. We were in Hawaii 2 weeks ago, and we're snorkeling around the whole family. We get out to this reef, we kind of stop, have a moment, And Isla takes her mask off, smiles and looks at the family, stares me down, puts her mask back on and goes, "You got till the count of 10. And I went, what? And then she goes, underwater, and Georgia goes, my oldest goes, "I just started swimming if I were you, Dad." Like just a weird kid. I woke her up early one morning in Hawaii. I go, "Hey, let's go out and go take a walk." And she goes, "Leave me alone." I go, no, let's me and you take a walk. And she goes, "You're tugging on the tiger's tail." This is
Jesus.
I mean, like a really legit, and once again, I'm staying away from anything material with her, like only because I would never do that to another comic, but like bizarre fucking kid.
Let's not act like it's a big shock. Came from your loins, did it not?
I know, but it still is weird when you see it live in your house, you know? When you're like, what the fuck? Like she took all her, once again, staying away from anything that's a bit, she took all the hair off her American Girl dolls, pulled it all off. All of the hair on all the dolls.
Maybe she wants to be a cancer nurse.
It looks like the fucking waiting room for the Mayo's Clinic. I called her one time, and I said, they went to the American Girl doll store. I said, "Hey, which one did you guys get?" And Isla goes, "I got the crippled." I go, "What?" She goes, "I got the crippled." I was like, "Really?" She goes, "One in the wheelchair, Dad. I got the crippled." I go, I don't think you can call that. She goes, "I bought her. I'll call her whenever I want to call her."
Holy shit, now she's talking like a slave owner. A cripple. They sell dolls and wheels. Of course they do.
Yeah, of course. American Girl dolls. Yeah.
You got to include everybody. I want one with a club foot. Something that's, you know what I mean? Something that's rare. Or, you know, a girl with a fucking, well, they all have glass eyes. A hair lip. Like the ones you see in the newspaper from, so as a kid from Calcutta has got the, teach those kids to blow in their pizza before they eat it, will you? Holy Christ. Anyways, when we come back,
those kids to blow their pizza.
Or their soup, whatever. When we come back, we're going to talk some more with the great Bert Kreischer. And go see him. It's sold out anyways, but the Cherokee Casino in West Salem Springs, Oklahoma. The Funny Bone in Columbus, Ohio, July 7th and 8th.
Still has tickets available.
And go to BertBert.com for ticket information. 866-969-1969 is the number. Call in. We'll be back right after this.
The Nick Dipaolo Show will return in a few minutes. To catch Nick on the road, check out nickdip.com for info and tour dates.
And now, back to the Nick Dipaolo Show on Sirius XM, Faction Talk 103.
We are back, ladies and gentlemen, talking to the great Bert Kreischer, who I had never met before. And I did my research today, and I immediately knew this is a guy. It's just a guy's guy.
I could definitely hang out with you.
Yes.
Like me and you could definitely hang out, keep the song playing. This is the reason I started taking my shirt off on stage.
This song. Bam-a-lam, oh, Black Betty. Bam-a-lam, Black Betty had a child. Bam-a-lam,
the damn thing gone wild. Bam-a-lam said, "Y'all not a mine." Bam-a-lam, the damn thing gone wild. Bam-a-lam said, "Oh, Black Betty." Bam-a-lam, oh, Black Betty. Here's the best part. Kick it right back in. Fuck yes.
That was my wedding song, brother. I married Monique. It didn't last very long. Anybody with me? We got all kinds of Bert fans on the line. Again, and go see him, will you, in Oklahoma at the Cherokee Casino. It's already sold out, but... I
was in Vietnam, and I was on a treadmill, and I was...
people shooting at you? Mao!
Bam-a-lam, no, that's no lie. This is why my wife doesn't understand me. Because I hear this, and I go, I'm going to drink by myself. Put on a Speedo,
what is her
hat.
problem?
My wife does a thing called unassisted sleeps, where she goes to bed without drugs or alcohol.
I can't do that anymore, Bert. I got horrible sleep problems. I'm taking legitimate drugs. Well, I haven't tried the illegitimate ones. Maybe that's the thing.
What are you taking to sleep?
Oh, Christ, I can't have this conversation again. Heroin between my toes. And some scotch and Yahoo. But
do you have a cocktail every night when you go home?
Huh?
Do you have a cocktail?
I do. I have to.
Oh, yeah.
Did you hear that?
Just turned me on.
This guy was voted the hardest party at Florida fucking State. That's like being the baddest ass in pick a prison. Anyway, Lewisburg. Rikers.
Lewisburg.
Picked a white one upstate.
The one that your business manager was like, "Listen, we have tax problems. You might end up at Lewisburg." And you picked that one?
Well, all the mobs, that's where the mobsters went back in the 50s and 60s. All the Ginzaloons. Hey, can we play a clip of Bert?
No, Nick, I cannot watch you watch my stand-up.
I'm not watching, I'm listening.
Very funny. Do not play a fucking clip of my stand-up.
That's up to the guest if he doesn't want to.
Oh, my God,
but,
no, dude.
I watched today, and I don't know what your problem is, but that's fine. I watched you on another funny guy, Gallagher, too. This kid knocked the socks off me. Have you seen?
Dude, I would franchise out my act in a heartbeat.
That's that. Are they still fighting over that in court?
Yeah, I would.
How funny is that?
If someone's like, hey, man, all I need is like $2,000 a week.
I'm with you, man.
And
I'm with you.
I'll go out, I'll tell the machine story, rip my shirt off, drink a Tito's and soda, talk about Isla, and then bam, I'll send you a $5,000 check, a $2,000 check. I do it in a heartbeat.
Let's go to Mark in Pennsylvania on line 3. Mark, say hi to Bert.
My name is Talking Tina, and I don't think I like you.
Was that Elmo?
That's an old Twilight Zone show.
Oh, was it?
Yeah, Talkie Tina.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I really bring the show to a crashing halt. I don't like people do that. Find that guy's address, that cocksucker. Anyways, let's go. Let's go to Mike in Denver. Say hi to Bert, Mike. Mike in Denver. This is what happens when you legalize pot. Okay.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Go ahead.
Oh, what's going on, guys?
Nothing.
Bert, you are seriously the most infectious person ever. Your laugh, I drive home and I start crying, laughing, watching you.
I was just thinking about that, only because I did think about this because I was laughing. I was like, am I laughing too much? Because Nick is one of my favorite comics alive, and if you get around that person that you idolize, you can't help but giggle non-fucking stop.
We would have you and I would have a killer show. Let's be honest, together on the radio.
Dude, how about a show called Nick Makes Bert Laugh? I'll do it right now. All I have to do is come in, drink, and giggle.
How about Bert and Nicky? Kind of like a Bert and Ernie thing.
Perfect. But on Monday, Opie, they played the best of, and they played the episode with you crying watching The Time Traveler's Wife, and I don't think I've laughed that hard since the first time when it was live.
Oh, that was great.
This poor guy cries a lot in Denver.
We did...
That's great radio.
Thank you, Mike.
My God.
I did Opie right when Opie went on his own. And you know, and look, I love Opie. I'm not shitting on him, but like Opie's still got a little bit of shock jockery about him. So like, he said something, and I said, "Oh, I can't watch it. I can't watch The Time Traveler's Wife. I'll start crying." The end of it makes me cry. As a father, as a comic, as a guy who believes in time travel, and a guy who drinks, ends up naked a lot of places, it just makes me cry.
That is the definition of time travel, isn't it?
Have you seen the movie?
I haven't. I just saw My
good.
Fair Lady a couple weeks ago, but I don't get up.
So Opie's like, "No, let's watch it." You know, old shock jockery. Let's watch it. Sherrod's in here, and they're like, "Yeah, let's watch it." And we start watching it, and I legit cry. Legit, like I cry. I sob.
What's
cry.
so sad about the ending? What happened? No, I'll watch it.
It's
what's it called again?
The Time Traveler's Wife. It is one of my favorite movies I've ever seen in my entire life.
The Time Traveler's Wife.
Yep, it's about a guy who time travels and misses a lot of his life because he's on the road.
Oh,
yeah, as a
I'm
comic,
getting a little choked up myself.
As a comic, you're like, okay. And the only way he can not time travel is by drinking. And so sometimes, no shit, right? We're connecting tissue.
Oh, this is unbelievable.
So, and so I cried in front of Opie and Sherrod, and neither of them enjoyed it. They were both like, I thought this would be a different bit. And I was like, nope, I told you it was going to be what it was going to be. So,
who's in it?
Eric Bana.
Oh, Eric Bana.
Rachel McAdams.
Oh, I do know Rachel McAdams.
You do not know.
Yeah, I do.
Name another movie
She's
Rachel McAdams is in.
You know what? Huh?
Wedding Crashers?
No,
don't you name it?
No, she's been in a million. I'm not a fan, but I'm saying she's on every time I put on Conan or fucking Tonight Show. She's pushing some piece of shit. I mean, some good movie. I saw her in a porn called "Searching for Bobby's Fissure." Anybody? That's an actual title. That's the best porn title ever. Searching for Bobby's Fissure. Folks, come on. Let's go to Brendan online. Brandon in Utah. Brandon, say hi to Bert.
Hey, Bert.
What's up?
I was wondering, I caught you this morning on the Jim and Sam show.
Yeah.
And you were talking about how when your wife had your baby, that you guys left her in the room for about 45 minutes.
Yeah.
was that your oldest daughter or the daughter that you're saying is crazy?
No, it's Georgia. It's my oldest daughter.
Okay.
I don't remember the birth of my youngest daughter.
Oh.
Why would
you? Could that be why she's crazy?
Yeah, maybe. Yeah. I know that when we had her, I definitely looked at my wife and was like, why the fuck did we do this again? It was a bad idea. Love that kid, but man.
How many you got?
2.
2 girls.
2 girls.
Good for you. What? Now, how old are you when you had the first one?
I don't know. Tough crowd. Tough crowd.
I don't know.
First season of Tough Crowd.
I don't even know when that was.
13. It's got to be 13 years ago. So I'm 40.
2004. Is that right?
I'm 22.
Thanks for the call, Bryn.
I'm 44. So whenever that. How old were you when you were doing Tough Crowd?
Oh Christ, I was 17, 18. 2004, which is what is that? 13 years ago. I was 42.
Wait, how old are you right now?
I'm doing hand signals. It's like Bert's on the mound. I want him to go through the signals again.
I think you just ordered a curveball.
Ordered a curveball.
You look.
I ordered a curve. Can I get a side of fries with that curveball, Bert, please?
Tap the inner thigh.
Come on, can we play one of his clips?
No.
No? All right.
Okay, you know what?
He'll jump over the console.
Wait, what clip do you have?
Well, I can only get stuff
I'll
from
tell you right now.
Comfortably Dumb.
We got it.
Do not play anything from Comfortably Dumb.
Advice for daughters.
No.
Wife's best friend hates me.
No.
And then we get this one. Young Asian girls in toilet.
For real?
That's off your last one? No. Bert doesn't even know.
I'm like, wait, do I have a joke about that? I would never let you watch anything from that special. You would cringe.
Why?
Okay,
Honest to God, I watched some of your stuff. I didn't.
Everyone, I will not say a word. I will not laugh. No one says anything. We're just going to hear if Nick laughs. Okay? This is Bert Kreischer, circa 2009, when Barry Katz watched that special and said, "This will do nothing for your career."
I have 2 little girls.
That means it's good.
And all this advice I've given you guys is all advice for men, right? Spit in her mouth, use a carrot. Don't fight a black guy at night. These are all things that I could give to a little boy. I don't have any advice for little girls. And little girls are delicate, like you can't just raise it like a boy. A boy you put in the backyard like a dog, it raises itself. A girl, you say like one twisted little like, oh, you look good today. Oh, I'm fat. Like I got no advice for a little girl whatsoever. I remember my wife on my daughter's first day of school, preschool, we're sitting around and my wife's like, get down on a knee and give her some like advice. I was like what? She's like, I don't know. Be the father she needs. And I'm like, what am I supposed to say? She's like, just think of something. So I get down on a knee and I'm like, hey, honey. Don't be a whore. Okay.
Wait, can you hear how wordy that is though? Like immediately, all I can hear is how wordy that is. Like how I'm just like how high my voice is too. My voice.
I didn't notice either one of those
Are
things.
you serious?
I'm dead serious. What do you say? Use a carrot, spit in her mouth?
Oh yes, I used to have a joke. This is actually a really good joke about if you're gonna put a vegetable in your wife's ass, don't use a cucumber. Use a carrot. Cucumber's too aggressive. It's like a home invasion. Just everybody down. But a carrot's more like hello. Worked better in the early 2000s.
That joke had a lot of fiber in it and a lot of vitamin A and C. Yeah, hello.
Hello.
Oh, my aching stem. What else did I want to say? Let's go to Kevin in Vegas. Kevin, what's up?
The best Nick Dipaolo punchline is when you said that Octomom's uterus must look like the back of the entertainment center.
Oh, oh yeah. She had like 12 separate umbilical cords, and I said her sonogram looked like the back of an entertainment center. Like all the cords. I can't even remember my own shit. I'm not even doing it justice. But that's what's scary. Somebody repeats one of your best lines, and that's how long you've been doing comedy. You're like, you sure that was mine?
I used to work the door at the Boston Comedy Club when I first started.
Oh yeah, you were here, Bert. For how long?
For 3 years. I was legit. I knew everyone on Tough Crowd. I knew everyone except for you and Colin. But I was working the door. I hung out outside, and I have a really good Patrice story.
Let's hear it.
So Patrice, for those of you who don't know, really enjoyed catcalling. Like standing in front of the Boston Comedy Club, Patrice would just say stuff to girls as they walk
As
by.
opposed to other brothers.
Yeah, as opposed to other brothers.
Who just keep their mouths shut and go, that's a fine pair of shoes you have there, man.
So the very, very first day I got the job at the Boston Comedy Club, Louis Schaefer hired me, and I'm sitting out front. It's Bobby Kelly, Jim Norton, Patrice, probably Voss. And
Same crew.
Same.
Yep.
And a girl walks by, and Patrice says something. I don't remember exactly what it was. Something similar to like, damn, that's a fat ass. And the girl just shrugs and walks away. And I go, why? I don't know Patrice. I go, why would you do that? Like, why wouldn't you say something complimentary? He goes, that is complimentary. I said, no. By the way, I just got the job working the door. Girl walks by, and I say, you look like you've had a rough day. Why don't I buy you a glass of Merlot? And she walks past me and ignores me, and they all make fun of me. Then she walks back, hearing them make fun of me, and goes, you know what? I'll take you up on that Merlot. And I go, I can't. I just got a job at the Boston Comedy Club. This is my dream. I can't do this. And she goes, you being serious? I go, I was just joking around. I was trying to make them laugh. And she goes, oh. And then Patrice goes, I'll let you suck my dick. She just goes, no, and walks away.
Here's Patrice.
Oh,
that's Patrice.
God, I spent
in that high voice, right, bro? Hey, man, let's suck my dick.
I lived in Scotland for a month with him and Voss.
Man, have you been around, dude, huh?
Yeah. Oh,
you've seen a lot of the world.
He's. I remember that time probably better than any time in my life. So I was about to start doing television, and he was so honest, so brutally honest.
Yeah.
Yeah, I miss that guy. I really do. I didn't go to his funeral. I'll tell you why I didn't go to his funeral. Because I could hear him in my head going, "You're going to pay $700 to come to my funeral? I wouldn't go. I wouldn't do that for you." I heard him in my head say that. I was like, I'm not going to his funeral. Because if he does stand up, he's like, what the fuck's Bert doing here? Are you trying to connect? Are you trying to network?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. He'd be like, man, when you die, they're going to have to paper the room. Come on, man. Fucking. I went to it. I remember. And yeah, no, Shorty's watching Shorty's, which we did one of your bits is on there, right? Which one did they use? Maybe we can play it. Pull it up.
No. It's a true story. I went into there's a, on 14th, there's a bowling alley that used to be a party bowling alley where they'd light it up with like blue lights and stuff.
Yeah.
I walked in to take a piss, and there was a kid. I take a piss in the small stall. Kid walks in next to me, and he should be using my stall. Because he's in the big stall. And
Don't
he
you
doesn't
hate
fit.
that?
And I'm drunk, and what I meant to say was something like, let's switch it. But I freaked him out, and he ran out. That's the joke. But I punched it up with murder.
With murder.
Yeah.
Ah, mother of God.
Yeah.
So how much, and what's the other one? No, the other thing I read in here, that you peed on somebody's dining room table.
Kristen Medoc. Yeah.
Was that your girlfriend at the time?
It's my girlfriend. I just got called the number one party in the country.
How he just threw that in the country, not in New York, New Jersey, tri-state area, in the country, fuck.
Oliver Stone, Option Rights to My Life.
Yes.
ESPN did an interview with me. They wanted to do some commercials. They sent 2 actors down in a tour bus to party with me. One of them happened to be Johnny Knoxville. I mean, like, just insanity. Oprah called. She wanted me on her show. Insanity.
Okay, and Oliver Stone, Oprah, and they tell you not to binge drink in college. Really fucking hurt his career, didn't it?
By the way, I've made more of a career out of drinking. Like,
yeah, good for you.
Yeah.
I tried doing it straight. How much time left for my radio show? I'm telling you, if I had kids, I'd be putting whiskey in their bottle at 6. Here we go. John from Mississippi. He's got another Bert story. John, say hi to Bert Kreischer.
Oh, hey there. This is John in Mississippi.
Yes. I thought I just said that. Go ahead, John.
There's as many black people down here as at a Kenny Chesney concert.
Yes.
No, but I was going to ask, are you going to do any more roasts at the Comedy Central?
Well, Bert, you do any of those?
No, I'm not good at those. I have really soft feelings.
It's funny you say that, because I don't. After like the third or fourth one, I didn't like, because a lot of your friends are on the dais.
Yeah.
And you zing them with some surface on the first one, then you cut a little deeper because you're running out of. And seriously, I didn't. I did the last one was Larry the Cable Guy, but
that was a good one.
Oh yeah,
that was a really good one.
Yeah, they have a functioning bar right on this stage, and I was sitting a foot from it. You would have been out of your tits, and I was going on last. I was going on last, and those tapings can go 3.5, 4 hours.
You having cocktails?
I was having Stoli on the rocks and had a 3 or 4. I'm not kidding you. When they finally announced me to get up there, you can hear me if you watch it. Right? I said something to Larry, and I go, I'm plugged up. When I stood up, it was like being drunk in high school for the first time. I was like, whoa. And then what's his name? Who's the crazy actor with the big teeth? Gary Busey. I just had a feeling he was going to have a problem with me. And sure enough, about 10 seconds of my act, he starts to get up because I'm making fun of him. And I just went, sit down, retard. That's the only clever thing I could come up with. And then I gave the crowd the finger when they booted some racial shit I said.
Oh, seriously?
Yeah, that's why I'm doing radio. Yeah.
Yeah, I could not do roast. I'm not good at roasts.
But you know what, Bert? You're a guy's guy. You can be funny and mean, I'm sure.
I'm a guy's guy. I can be funny and mean, but I also am very
heart.
sensitive.
Yeah.
So like we did a roast with me, Bobby, Jim, Florentine, Fitzsimmons for Cowhead. And they just destroyed
he got
me.
mad at me for not going. I got an invitation.
Oh, I heard about that.
And he got mad at me.
I heard
Kyle
about
got
that.
mad at me.
Yeah.
And who I love, by the way. And he gave me a couple of zingers after I left the studio.
Oh, he's one of my best friends.
Yeah, he's a
I
good dude.
know that story intimately.
Do you really?
Yeah, I talked to Cowhead today. Yeah.
I thought he was. Am I dreaming? Wasn't he going to come up here or something?
He's coming up. He's coming up.
Oh, he is?
Yeah, he's coming up. Yeah, I was telling him I was doing your show, how excited I was, and he was like, oh, yeah. And then we talked about that roast.
Yeah. But we were fine. I've been back a couple times since. He didn't have me on the next time when I was in Tampa.
For real?
Yeah. And that didn't bother me. Yeah, of course it did. I broke a couple things at the La Quinta Inn. He's a good guy. And we both let it slide.
You should do his cruise.
Oh, boy, that sounds like danger. Are you going to be driving the boat?
Fucking fun. They are so much
Are you talking like
fun.
A comedy booze cruise?
Nope.
Oh,
It's
good. Just drinking and having fun, you mean?
Yeah, he does a cruise, and then you, like, I did it with Ralphie last year, and you just do, like, 30 minutes at the end on Sunday on the ride home. It's so much fucking fun. But I like that kind of shit. I can see that I can already see you going, I'm not leaving Westchester. Wait, do you live in Westchester? Do you live in Westchester? Yeah. Not leaving Westchester.
No, I know. I was reading you going, the whole thing in Russia, getting drunk with the mobsters on the train. And I go, this motherfucker is living and jumping out of a plane with Rachel Ray. And where else have you been? You already mentioned a couple of you here.
You want to hear a good story? Yeah. Hey, can you pull up?
Yeah, the last 10 have sucked.
Can you pull up a Spanish Caravan by the Doors? So
I love it.
I've only told this story a handful of times. It's one of my favorite stories. So I worked for Travel Channel for 7 years, and here, hit pause for a second. You rode motorcycles, right?
Yes.
Okay. I took motorcycle classes, and they tell you in motorcycle class, if you drink and drive on a motorcycle, 80% chance you're going to die. 80% chance. I think they say that so that you don't drink and drive.
Yeah.
It's not what I heard. I heard it must be fucking magical
to be drunk on a motorcycle.
Yeah, if 80% of the people are doing it, knowing the outcome. So I've ridden motorcycles everywhere. In Hawaii, up to the top of Volcano. I rode them in Crow Nation, just outside Montana. After we shot a buffalo off of a helicopter, I get on a motorcycle riding it through a canyon, listening to Wilco. Pack of wild horses catches up with me and keeps pace with me. It was great, but it would have been so much better drunk. So...
Yeah, but you glossed over. You shot a buffalo from a helicopter.
Oh, it didn't work out the way we thought it would.
It was a Buffalo Bill. That was the first draft. Sarah Palin shot a moose from a helicopter. She got a bunch of shit. There's only 4 minutes left in the show? Oh.
Don't worry. We'll get
okay,
through
go ahead.
this.
I'm sorry.
So, one day I'm in Vietnam. I by the way, I listened to you and Ari's podcast the morning of this. I'm on a treadmill. We go in, we hike in the jungle 6 hours, hike out of the jungle 6 hours, spend the night in the world's biggest cave, pit vipers, rivers, Sherpas, villages, just really insane.
Yeah.
So we get to our farm stay, and my fixer TT has a joint and a beer, and he gives it to me, and I've earned this. So I take a hit of the joint, start killing a beer. I look over, and at the corner of my eye, I see a motorcycle. I go, oh, no better time than the present. I'm in the middle of nowhere. I'm going to ride this motorcycle. I look at the owner of the place, John. I go, hey, man, you mind if I take your motorcycle on a ride? And he goes, I noticed you've been smoking weed and drinking beer with TT. I go, I have. And he's like, you'll fucking love it. So I get on the motorcycle. I take it down between two rice paddies, and I open it up, play the song. He goes, get your headsets and listen to the Doors, Spanish Caravan. sun setting, oxen on both sides of me, birds on top of the oxen's heads.
Oh my God.
It's an old Russian Ural, right? Got to feather the clutch a little bit.
Got to feather the clutch. This guy's a poet. Go ahead.
I crack it open and just fly, right? And this is all I hear. I'm high as fucking eagle dicks. I am drunk, and I got oxens on both sides going, "You're a bad motherfucker, Bert Kreischer." I'm in Vietnam, and I'm living life the way I want to live it. And all of a sudden, my phone rings, and it's fucking Rogan. And I pull over, and I go, "What's up?" He's like, "Powerful Bert Kreischer, what are you doing right now?" I go, "I'm high as eagle dicks. I'm drunk. I'm running motorcycles through rice paddies in Vietnam." And he goes, it's quiet for 3 seconds. He goes, "You're a bad motherfucker, Bert Kreischer," and gives me a great speech that only a comic can give another comic. I'm like, "How this is your life. You got to live your life. Really do it. Do it to the fullest." I go, great, awesome. So I crank the music back up. I get on the motorcycle. I'm still fucking high. I take it around the loop. And the back wheel swirls out on me, and I think I'm going to die. I'm like, holy shit, but I don't. Now I'm really alive. Now I'm racing with the sun. I got my shadow in front of me. It looks like Peter Pan. I'm chasing my youth, and he's like, "You'll never catch me." I go, "But that's what defines me." All of a sudden, my phone rings again, and it's my wife. I go, "Hey, what's up?" She goes, "Baby doll, what are you doing?" I was like, "Well, it works so well with Rogan." I go, "I'm high as eagle dicks, and I'm drunk on a motorcycle." She's like, "You dumb motherfucker! Get off the bike immediately! Go home! Go to bed!" That's the end of that story.
Was that a beautiful story? Holy shit!
This is
you have a real, and that's what I keep. You said it about telling stories. That was like I was right there with you. Only I was on a Schwinn, and I had a basket, and I was bringing some Kung Pao chicken to an apartment. On Avenue C.
You listen. I swear to God, before we leave,
Real quick.
telling Mike Birbiglia to stop the bit is one of my favorite things ever on Opie and Anthony.
How much time you got?
You got 1 minute.
1 minute. Yeah, I was
remember
sitting
that?
there. Yeah, they were piling on Birbiglia. I wasn't saying anything. Was that the show you're talking about?
You were
Then he
the best.
turned on me out of nowhere.
Yeah.
So I what did I say?
You were like,
it was kind of mean, I'm sure, but
oh, it was so fucking funny. I remember where I was. I was pulling in my parking garage in my white car. I remember that distinctly.
Oxen on both sides of me.
Oxen on both sides. Birds on the head. You're a bad motherfucker, Bert Kreischer.
High as an eagle, Dick. Right through the front of the garage. Hey, we got to wrap it up. Bert, dude. Thank
I love
you so
man.
much.
When you come
Same
down,
here, man.
please do my podcast.
You are the best, brother.
Please.
Catch him at the Cherokee Casino, West Island Springs, Oklahoma, July 1st. Funny Bone, Columbus, Ohio, July 7th and 8th. Go to Bert.com for tickets. It's a Dipaolo show. We'll talk to you kids tomorrow, and then we'll do a best of on Friday, right? All right. Take care of yourselves.